Let's bring in Samantha DeBianchi, who is a Miami real estate agent and, of course, on Bravo's $1 Million Listing. Sam, Diana had mentioned the foreign cash. We always talk about the likes of, Latin America, and that's really feeling some pain right now in terms of the economies there. Is that why we're seeing this glut in the condo market, which is where a lot of the speculation had been taking place?
That is part of it, I will say. The foreign cash and cash in general has gone down by about 9% from last year. Obviously, Latin America, Europe, those are really the main markets for Miami that are really spending their money internationally. So losing them and taking that number, taking that hit, that's definitely not a good thing. I think the main question now that so many people ask is if Miami is actually heading into a bubble. And it's interesting because there was a recent poll of 70 housing experts. 19 of them said that, yes, in the next 3 to 5 years, we'll be heading into a bubble. And 13 of them said there's no bubble at all. So moral of the story is the housing experts obviously have no knowledge of anything, and the poll was kind of pointless. But what I can say is, based on everything that Diana just said, those are the facts and that's the information. So if you're a buyer, you really need to look at the market and figure out what area are you interested in and what's going on in that specific area.
Samantha, you talk about areas, what area you're interested. I'm interested in why so many developers are going north. I mean, Miami, South Beach, that's got the cachet, and that's where you saw the demand. And now all I hear about is developers saying, we're moving north up the coast. We're heading into areas that weren't that popular before. Why are they doing that?
Well, because in my opinion, there are certain areas, let's take Brickell, for example. Brickell in Miami, very, very saturated, lots of buildings, lots of inventory. You go on the MLS and you'll see plenty out there to choose from. But George Perez is the Miami condo king. He actually has moved north into an area called Fort Lauderdale, which is a great area. They can't have the volume that Miami currently has. It has everything that Miami has on a much smaller scale, and people are realizing that, it's a better bang for your buck. And people in Miami, look, if you're going to buy Miami, you're buying Miami because it's Miami. You're not necessarily buying because of the price. You're buying because you want to live there.
Right.
So then there's the other half of people that really want to buy, have a good spending for what they're getting. And that's north. That's Fort Lauderdale. That's Boca. It's Pompano. There's plenty of other areas that you can enjoy, Samantha, the sun, the fun, and the sand.
I'm curious because you said, people are wondering whether Miami is going to head into a bubble. I mean, given how many developments are currently underway right now, which Diana had outlined, one might think that there is a bubble that is in the process of popping right now. How much more inventory can that market, can the Miami market actually support if all of those condos that are currently under development actually are completed?
I mean, this is the thing. George Perez just actually spoke about how he sees that there's a lot of inventory and not as much as demand as there used to be. But on the other side, all of these pre-construction, I mean, you're putting down 50%. So there's got to be some security, some integrity with what's going on. It's a little bit scary that there is a decent amount of inventory. Yes, but again, it depends on what price point are you looking at? If you're the ultra luxury and there's, the $10 million penthouse, you're not necessarily waiting for the best deal in town. You're buying the penthouse because you want the penthouse. But if you're looking at that, let's say $300,000 unit, those have been going up in price. There's more and more that are coming onto the market. So that's when you really have to sit down and figure out, okay, these prices are inflated. Obviously, rates are going up now. Do I want to be here for the long run? Can I see that cycle circle out?
Right.
Or am I trying to buy it and flip? Because if you're looking to buy and flip, this is not the market to do it in.
All right. That's the bottom line there. Samantha, thank you. And Diana, of course, our thanks to you
Thank you.
as well.